there's no audio, like getting in and out. It's hectic. I'm trying to work on that to have it more stable. But it's just some things I want in the audio and some things I don't. Like I have them to hide, but it affects the experience and the quality. Depending on what you can hear. As far as like outside interference and some things. Like say for example you go to the movies and somebody is like playing some loud ass music while you trying to watch the movie and you really want to watch the movie, it may make you feel some type of way, angry, resentful, to actually going to that movie theater, you know what I mean? Go through the emotions. So I'm just like, it may make you feel some type of way. So I just, want to play in an environment that's comfortable for all parties involved, you know what I mean? Including myself. Like I, gotta consider myself too, and I'm like, dang, they could be better without the audio this time, because it won't pick up surrounding, influences on the quality of the, or just distractions. But okay, where were we? Yeah, I just got the freaking tank mount for Paladin. Whoop whoop. And I made 3 friends, but it's weird because I do host events. That was one. Sometimes in the party fund. And oh crap, I just yanked it out. I got this hoodie on. That's like really. Hold on a minute. That's like. Oh, scratching my back. That's like really form fitting. So when you try to like reach that part of your back and scratch, it's kind of like let me unzip it a little bit so I can. Anyway, I remember when I was going lost train of thought. The content. Yeah, man. I just got tank mount, and I host events sometimes. Sometimes I don't. I'll be lucky enough and someone else is hosting it, and it makes it easier for me to just experience the time getting it, you know what I mean, when it comes to certain things. But when you're hosting it, you have to keep re-entering the people, in the duty, trial, alliance, right? Whatever your agenda is with having a party, and you loading the content that you're loading. Last time I did it, which was like 2 days ago, I was on Paladin. Man, I got them out. I got, where'd it go? Yeah, here it go. The Warline. I'm like, okay, cool, nice. Let me tell you, aggressive, great, grand time, a furriness right there. I'm like, yes. And then the other one has like armor on. So I said, cool. Like I was working towards that one too, and I got pretty fair into it. Like I could get it with just a few more wins, and I'd be straight. Because you do have to win. Like you have to attend the dungeon and then win in order to get the credit towards that achievement. Here we go. Okay, I'm not too far off. Just 60 something more, and then I had one with the armor on, which is cool. That's like 3 new mounts at one time. Culinary, cool. This is my first craft job I picked, and I didn't work on it. I left it on level 1. Dang, but I got the one lion. I got the other tank mounts a while ago. Some I did that off. Some of them I did off screen, and others I was like in the midst of doing something, and I still finished it. You know, amidst other content. Like this was, you know, for everything, including primarily EUREKAZ. So I gotta change. Maybe, I don't know, because I'm thinking about still doing EUREKAZ in there. So like, even though it may not come in the next episode, the episode after that, the episode after that, it eventually down the line it will be, you know, part of one episode. So that's why I was like, okay, like some other content like that particular post may not have EUREKAZ, Pyros, Pagos, Hadatos, or Anemos. I think it's Anemos. The first one, I gotta go check. I'm not certain, but I know it's 4 stages, you know, and the first 3 you have to go through. Well, if you choose to make a relevant, you know, whatever level. But the 4th level, I don't think it's even worth it. But the 3rd one stands out to me, so I'll go for that one. But yeah, it's a lot of content to cover, because you not only do you have to unlock the zone, but there are side quests inside the zone. You gotta find and complete the side quests, and you have to be at a certain level. Once you meet all the level requirements, complete the side quests, then you can farm. And you know, farming takes depending on the quality of the party, you know, a short amount of time or a lot of time. If it's a great party, if it's packed, oh man, it's fun times all over. You know what I mean? Like, you definitely gonna have a really experience playing the content, if that's your first experience, if that's how you experience it. Lots of people who know how to play and are considerate, because some people don't wait for you to come to the NM and they'll just attack it as soon as it spawns, and there goes your chance to get EXP or the rare items that monster drops in order for you to make the relic weapon. So I was just like, oh man. But luckily, you know, that wasn't my experience. You know, I usually get a good crowd, but every once in a while there is some unpleasant players that will come and ignore common courtesy and decency, you know, to just be a terrible person. You know what I mean? Like, I can't explain why they would do that, you know what I mean? Other than to be a terrible person, because that's exactly what they're doing once they do stuff like that. So I was just like, okay, I have no interest in that, you know what I mean? I don't like people who do that kind of stuff. So you know, but yeah, sometimes that might be your party experience. You know, you just never know. But the good thing is, once you get your rhythm going, you know, you figure out how you're gonna spend your time while you're playing, what's your objective, you know, with that time that you're spending with playing the game, because it's a lot of content. It's so much that it's actually overwhelming. But it, you know, it it's manageable. Once you manage it to the point to where you don't feel overwhelmed and consumed by all the content that's available, your experience it's just so smooth. You know, it smoothes itself out. If you're feeling like, wow, there's so much stuff. Oh, which way do I go? What do I do? Oh my God, all these things on my screen. Oh my, oh, so much to learn. Oh, you know, lots and lots of stuff. Because it is a lot at once. Like it's the whole combat system. It's different from PC versus console. Give it a second. Okay, some outside interference, but it's cool. Just have to make a little move real quick. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, uh, the content. Yeah, I mean, when you start off, because it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff that you get bombarded with the console experience. Like I have it on PS4, so when it turns on, it's like your hot bar is at the front of the screen, and you know your chat box is down here actually, but I moved it on accident. I'm still trying to figure out how to move it because it's the control setup versus the keyboard setup is way different. And then over here it's the quest that you have yourself recommended by the game itself, and then stuff that you have as a priority that you want to complete this quest. I haven't been working on the quest since I got to Eureka, zone, because it's a lot of content there, and it's a lot of stuff that I still want from Eureka. Like, okay, I recently got the Red Mage. I updated the gear too. I got the Red Mage weapon, fire, and I added the hat, and then Before that, I had got the monk, and I had the hat fired, and then before that, I got the dragoon. Like, I'm not gonna get every weapon in Pyros mode because I just don't have interest for every Pyros weapon. I just wanted to grab it for Sam, you know, and even though this is pretty good one, like I got another fire sword. I have the Ifrit one, and this is Suzaku's sword, which I thought was pretty nice too. You know, to have as a weapon. And then, you know, if I decide to go beyond the samurai, either Dark Knight, which I changed the outfit. Like, this isn't the original outfit. He has like this dark colossal gear on, and then this is a glamour plate. But you know, once I take it off, this is not what it's gonna look like. It has a helmet to it too, but because the Vera, how can I dispel a glamour plate? Let's see. Because I have like a couple glamour plates. I got the swimwear. This is the one I was working on. That's supposed to be like a suave black mage. These are empty slots because I didn't have another costume design in the harsh fiend, which this is the helmet up here, but you can't view what it looks like. Like, that's the shitty part. You can't see on the Vera race, but it don't matter though. You know what I mean? Because eventually you will be able to. They're just taking their time, torturing people. With what you can and can't do. But anyway, I'm just glad they actually moved and made progress, because now you can actually have some hats. Some hats do work with the Vera race, and I was really surprised. Like, okay, cool, they gave that back and that back. Like, that mage hat didn't originally show up. Like, you didn't get a chance to wear it. That was like, no bueno. Nice. Like, this is the roulette content. Like, after you finish the first expansion pack, they give you the opportunity to get a roulette, and it gives you methods of getting the EXP, and also other in-game content that you can get by participating in some of the other content. Like, they reward you for participating in other content. So that way, you know, you have lots to do. I have a okay, so I don't have a page, and I have like fun little mouse that I was working on. Nice. See, those are the wings right there, and they look really good. Like, they transform into these huge, like, extra set of wings, and a tail, and not only a tail, but a halo of some sort, or headpiece. It's just a lot. You get a lot sense of how I'm not complaining. Simplicity is nice too. You know what I mean? Like, when you get another wing set, like, when you get more wings, I would love that. You know what I mean? More variation. I was contemplating getting that mount right there. I kind of like that, but I don't care too much for the price. So I'm like, I'm not cheap because I can afford it, but I just don't think it's okay. Like especially for me, I'm not gonna use it that much. Like I have like a mount that I like. I just got it. I'm locked out. I would have kept it I probably would have switched more about this time. I'm not in rushing on the competition. I just get them, as I go. Like that. So as I go through these steps and tests, okay, I'll go and watch these files. I thought we could do that's the person who knows. Do they have the option to do that? Or do you change? It's over. Sometimes the party decides to evacuate the what the fuck? Somebody pulled me over there. So they decide to evacuate. They can so much going on like that. I don't want to get too far, and then they don't keep moving in that direction, and then they be wrong for it, and I can just get it. Like, it's a teamwork effort, but it's also, they backed away instead of moving forward. If they would have kept going, and we could have got rid of the other two players. They decided to gave us the disadvantage. We was winning this a lot. I didn't do shit like that. I can't your lack of food habit or aggression would, affect the overall experience. Opportunity to grab the stage, but I missed it. Alright, so I see him back now, so that's why I decided to go back the other way, because you still have to change the flag too. Actually, I'm curious what the demand is for the feast event. So that's what I'm trying to get my rank up there to get it. Oh no! Oh, they see me! Ah! I want to go over the road side, man. Check out. Alright. I hope they don't back out because the ECT did. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's like you can see the little blue dots. Like the blue dots is how much return you got. Like that's the team players rotate, like to let you know you have team support in the area. This sucks to have it performing and you don't have the necessary security to keep you get surrounded. Depending on what it is, though. Like, if the color is, yeah, like, I feel the same. I'm playing Street Fighter, you know, it makes me want to play that. Like, I try to be more strategic with my combos, change up some of my battle moves, you know, to avoid. Holy shit, man, to avoid sorry, I lost it. Like, say for example, if I'm playing Universe 2, my thing is, I let them guard me. Is to break their guard, or to grab him. Yes. What up? Okay. Real boy, I do play combination. Let me see. I like monks. I like the Vipers too, though. I got one too. Look at that. Sweet. But I'm especially fried right now. They had an herb station. a little earlier, and it's lingering. And I'm like on this diet, and like diets can affect your energy too. You're not getting enough supplements, you know, from what it is you eat, kind of like take a toll on your energy system. But not saying I don't eat healthy, because I do eat healthy. It's just I'm trying to cut back, and you know, my body's like, okay. Oh, yeah, let's see. PvP profile. Give me my crystal. Alright. Increase the 2 bands now. That's really good. I'm so curious what that is. I gotta get it somewhere over here. I'm gonna do some more. Man, I need to experience with Ninja anyway. I wanted to get to 100, but here. Here's the front line. Or the crystal line, huh? We didn't do that one, so today I'll just swoop. Now, what was the new ninjutsu that I got? Let's see. Action trades. Action. Into Phantom Kamatachi. It says the following action chain says that the boost in front of Kamachi says can be adjusted via the so boost this, or I can change it to Phantom Kamatachi. So Chi. Alright, where'd it go? There it is. So it's going to change it to that. I'm kind of curious to how it looks, but just wait. A Reaper. Here. I like Reapers too, but I don't like the limitations on the availability when it comes to weapons. Like, you only can get the glory weapons at like 80 plus, I think, because I didn't see any at level 70, and I'm like, ooh, that sucks. But you know, playing with it is fun. It's a lot of fun. Even though I haven't really took the time to work on the style of it. Like, I got the basic gear. It came from the job itself. Except for the face mask. The face mask, I earned that doing Palace of the Dead. And, you know, I was like, oh, I like that. I'm keeping that. As is like this a token of the experience, and you know, I think it looks pretty dope. I've been contemplating on getting this and applying it, but I don't really like that costume, so I'm like, never mind, just stay there, just take up storage, you know, here. I'm not gonna use it. Sometimes I just get that stuff and I collect it, and I'll put it in my glamour dresser, so I can use it later if I choose to utilize that outfit for something other than myself, because you can give it to your retainers. You can give the gear to your friends sometimes if you want to give them some. You know what I mean? And I have a few. Some they has even given me stuff, so I'm like, they. I don't know. I haven't been really checking their online availability. When I come on, like today, I didn't even check. I could have checked to see who was on because there's a couple of friends that wanted to do more tank farming, and I added, their names yesterday, but I haven't checked to see where they were. If they were online today to go do more content. Because I'm so close. Like I really am like that close to getting it, but it's okay. Once I got the lion, I'm happy. Like I actually really am glad I got it. Yo, that I could just got all the animals that I want. There's a bear one for warrior that I really don't like that. So I'm like, I'll just let your bear come slowly but surely. Like the more you play with warrior and duties that are level 50 and up, you'll get credit. So, you know what I mean? If I just say I want to make certain, I'm going to just play with 70 level content and up. I like the samurai. Of course, my reason. I like the machinist. Okay. I don't think this is the one for me. Maybe you can't use them mounts. Maybe it's after the gate opens and I say. But I do like that hat though. So let me see. See, rabbits couldn't do that before. You couldn't wear a hat. I like that, but I don't think that's damn. Oh no. That was quick. Damn. Damn, I couldn't even use the opportunity. Well, my time expired, can't say that. It just expired, damn. That was fast. Cause I didn't want to win that one, I guess. I'm like, either you lose or win, you still get the XP. And the more you do it, the more XP you get, and you can, you know, speed up the process. But I didn't like that one. So, do like front line though. But yeah. I do need to go and check and see like what's going on with how far I can move the weapon along. There goes for my last one, and see what's going on with Pyros. I am going to finish that last one, but I want to make sure that I make certain that the weapon I do as my last one is the same. I gotta check it out first, so it won't be today. But today I'm just going to work on PvP, series milestones until I get the mount, and then maybe tank farm some more. But let me look at my friend list. Okay, friends. A lot of people has been on. And like it kind of tells you not in this one, but it can tell you like how long a person has been online, you know what I mean, how long they haven't been. It's kind of like the days when you're checking in a free company but not in here. So it's 1, 2, dang, I have a list of a lot of friends on here, but it's only 2 that's online right now. Man, I don't know how long they've been offline, because I was offline for a little while too. Oh, 3, okay, 3 people on. I don't know what they up to, but some of these people I've met, like, and I added them after being something, you know, or we had an interaction, and that was it. I didn't do more content with them. There's only one person that I did actual content with that I knew in real life, and you know, he was the reason why I got back into the game. Cause I was like, man, I'm not gonna play anymore. After they banned it the third time, I was tapped out. But I'm glad I did, cause I like where the game has progressed to, and I'm like, okay, sweet. I'm glad I kept my interest and I kept up my account, cause I can easily just go from this Shadowbringers beginning to end the Dawn Trail, you know, if I just do the content, but I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm just gonna still work on some other stuff before I do that. Starting with the tank mounts, more illegal weapons, because I am going to make one more for everything. The other 2, I gotta do my research on to see if I want to see how it looks. If I like it, then I'll go ahead and grab it. But it's only tops 3 more weapons. Definitely, because I got the materials to push it through. And each step. I've been first. Yes. Oh man. range from one with their dawn kill, extreme boss trials. I haven't seen, the bosses and fought against any of them. I'm curious. I want to. I'm just going to finish what I'm doing. Because it's easier to do it for you. The backtrack that makes your progress so much smoother. Like, and I don't, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, this one person I really want to play with, but I'm like, a friend who it's fun playing with, but I don't know, what's going on. He's been in the military for a while. Pissed off, so but because it was just some stuff frustration. So I was like, well, you tripping about something. Guy, elderly, both. I'm like, I'm cool. I'm playing both. We had big schedules. I was like, I'm working some jobs, and I'm doing but like, make sure, on the game where you play. Because when I play, like, I have tons of fun. Achieve my objective. You know what I mean? Like, if I set out to level up, I'm definitely going to level up at least once or twice. I make sure I, do that. And sometimes I go and if I level up the job, I'll take it up like 30, 40 levels. You know what I mean? I just dedicate the day to that. But, it's hard to play like that. I just find it more invigorating when you play with an agenda and you accomplish that agenda for that day that you had set for yourself to make your experience, right? I like feeling accomplished once I finished gaming for that particular week. So I was like, man, I don't want to be left with unpleasant experience, with stuff that I like the game, you know what I mean? And you can't experience it poorly depending on how you progress through the game, really. It's just really frustrating to get so far and come back, in the game. If this is a person you love, I think it depends. They choose to stay injured out of they really thinking. Not saying that you don't understand that. It's just, man, a lot of things when you put self-care first may sound egotistical when you prioritize oneself, your state of mind, your well-being, your dedication to yourself. Like, them things matter because you have to really know yourself to really experience the best version of life. Like, it's for real, especially as an adult. As a kid, that's a responsibility that kids are can be ignorant to the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not penalized for not prioritizing it. You know what I mean? But as an adult, you have to prioritize certain things. You have to. If you don't, there's nothing else left. You know what I mean? Like, you can't avoid things with handicaps. You know what I mean? Like, certain things to the fullest capacity. Watch pleasures, experiences, that are conducive for me. And some people don't have a position, and they'll do whatever necessary to achieve whatever means they feel that thrives them. And each his own. Part of our life is that good one or bad one, everything has both. Individual, have to set that and apply that, how you do no one can force you to do what bless you and say to God. That's the reason why God made us free will. But we can motivate people, encourage people. Some people can sabotage with action. Force you to depression to get, the means, the will to elevate and move forward regardless of the opposition of the situation. Like, life is you could be in a circumstance that can be rectified by just your own willingness to express it, that alone rectify the situation. Like, say, for example, you're in an abusive relationship and aggression is part of the relationship. You find yourself who are, what you need a person that you want. Yeah, you don't want them to be arrested for anything, but they also what you need. Like, if there is in your life that you lack, helps, fill the void. It's just a great experience. You feel about, you feel like, okay, what I would expect out of us, they can feel that, and I rather have to go. That's the type of partner that I want to have. Well, I can be rest assured I don't have to worry about infidelity or dishonesty. Any kind of attitude that is it's not a tool of tranquility or prosperity. You know what I mean? Like, if a person continues to cheat, all they do is to steal clear the energy into your life. Because that's just honesty, it's evil energy. You don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, people have that reason for what they choose. Maybe like up and over. To find shit, violate their contractual obligations. Once you sign that paperwork and say that you're married, you supposed to show your level of respect and honor. Especially depending on what religion you get married into, depicts how you supposed to prioritize your significant other. You know what I mean? The Christian Bible, thou should not commit adultery, thou should not fornicate, you know what I mean? Like, those are some of the things that you should look for if you're trying to have a more spiritual and holy relationship with someone versus illustrious one, you know what I mean? So you have to decide, how you want to deal with that person. Are you building from a place of lust and, you know what I mean, on impure thoughts versus pure thoughts? Are you building from love, or are you building from, sexual interest in the person? You know what I mean? Because it's good to be attracted to the person that you spend the time. Wow, would you be somebody that you want to touch? That's not crazy. I know it's strange marriages and shit, but me, I gotta choose who I want to be with. You know what I mean? And if I choose this person, I respect that person and honor, my decision. None but good reason to be glad that I made that decision. You know what I mean? And I could have chosen my best was fun, Somebody else could have had that opportunity. Even though, I'm not a person who has backup plans and shit like that. But it's just the fact that they wasted your time. You can't get back. So that's how I'd rather, have time. Open myself up, vulnerable and shit, someone else having attention, love and affection, access to my pocket, you know what I'm saying? Just because, you spend money on a person that you love, it's gonna happen, and you love that person, that's just part of the package deal. And I don't even think about that. I don't mind, you know what I mean? It's just important, that it's not going to waste. It's going to somebody who values what's time. You know what I mean? Because time is money, shit. You do it the same with I'm spending entertainment days. I could be making money. I could be hustling. I could be doing other shit. But you want to sit there and play your time, and I could go to somebody who actually wanted to get a chance. It's like, man, I would say really, you know what I'm saying? Give you, show you appreciation, you know what I'm saying? They'll be a team player, like, solid, you feel me? Versus somebody who wants to play head games and cheat and then disguise their behavior, well, I'm busy, I'm working, and yet you cheat with the person you're working with, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, why would you play like that? You know what I'm saying? Because that's just nigga shit. That's effectively what God will touch is abundantly certain. If God bless you with somebody that values his qualities, you know what I'm saying? That's like a God thing. You know what I mean? Most religions, talk about a level of loyalty and dedication and faith. When it comes to relationships, especially those, intimacy sake of partnership, transparency and loyalty was a must, necessity. So I'm like, I value that quality too. I don't want to be with somebody I can't trust. Like, are you serious? I can't trust you with anything. Bro. Why the fuck would I entertain that? Why would I even be with a person like that? You know what I mean? Like, fuck that. I don't want to give my trust to somebody else. You know what I mean? But that's just a waste of information. The whole, everything. I don't want to waste it for that at all. Like, I don't want to use it for that. You know what I mean? I'd rather use my time for building with somebody that actually cares, like that, want to be there and will make the effort to be there. You know, we got a day scheduled to hang out at the beach 2 weeks from now on a Friday. That individual done put time aside, work, got the, you know, cooler ready, you know what I'm saying? I picked out the snacks they want to bring. Like, they serious about it. Like, they, you know, for real, versus somebody who don't value, you know, the opportunity or the time of the individual. If they trying to, you know, use time to play games with, like, play head games, just wicked shit, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that's unnecessary. Like, why would you be that kind of person? You know what I mean? Like, that's gross. So I'm like, man, there's a lot of shit going on out here on the continent. Quality of people out here, bro. So it's like, you gotta be selective, man, and really understand your worth. You know what I mean? It's like, the time you get tested, it's crazy, because it could be as soon as you say something, boom, you get tested right there. You know what I mean? It just happened like that, and you have to be ready and show, you know, your integrity, even if something just happened out the blue. Like, you just gotta always be ready. Sometimes people can't pass that test, and it should be like, dang, you know. But it's also a good tool to weed people out your life. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes people have hard times letting people go, and I feel like if a person is consuming your time in a negative, but you have all the love for them and you want a deeper connection with them, and you're making the effort, you know, that's rough, because, you know, you could have all the purest of intentions to shower that person with love and help them move forward, but if they don't want to look in your direction and give you the opportunity to be in their life in that kind of way, you have to respect that decision and fall back, because, okay, well, you know, you can't force a person to be in your life. It's impossible. You can't do that, you know. If they don't want to be there, they're going to find a way to get the fuck out, period. If they really don't want to be there. Now, if they want to be there, you know what I'm saying, then it's easier to give them a stick around than it is to, you know, get away from somebody, depending on the dynamics of the relationship. But ultimately, I don't like dealing with people that play head games. Like, if you cheated and you throwing subliminals, jokes, references to your moment of infidelity, that's disrespectful. That's like crack your shit wide the fuck open, just head bust open, you on the carpet bleeding dead, fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because you tried that shit. Like, that's the kind of rage that you know, you could trigger in a person. Because why would you play like that? You know what I mean? That's not funny. That's not appealing. It's not sexy. You know what I mean? Especially if the person is firm about commitment, you know, and loyalty. So I'm like, you know, makes me just uninterested. Like that's a quick, just like, ugh, bitch, if you can't be loyal, I don't even want to fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like literally, like that's the lowest quality to um, to not having yourself or having yourself. You know what I mean? Like out of all the qualities, that's the number one. Like that's right there. That's off jump. Like that's some shit that you should just naturally have about yourself. Like you should want to be an honest person. You should want transparency. You should want to live your life freely, where you don't have to lie about who you are and, you know, disguise what you do to live your life. You just get to be free, you know what I'm saying, and be you. Like that should be, you know, your number one priority. Is being able to be you without no restraints. You know what I'm saying? Free person. You know, if you're a gold-lucky, cheerful type of individual, you know, free-spirited person, then you can understand the importance of having that kind of mentality, you know, and that drive. Like, because some people have certain drives, you know what I mean? Like, I know, you know, with experience in life and being one myself, you know, people move differently, you know what I mean? Like, people who are less goal-oriented, don't want, you know, too much out of life. They just want to have a pleasant time, you know. They, you know what I mean? Like, their sense of urgency is different. It's just everybody has their own pace that they go in, and you can't force a person to be on your same pace, you know. You could love somebody that's not on your same pace. So when it comes to understanding and morality and you know, respects, like that shit, you know, can be icebreaker. You know what I mean? A deal killer. You know what I mean? Like you could be like, damn, this person is beautiful. This person is funny. You know, and has other aspects going on, but this particular quality, I can't look past it, you know what I mean? And that's how it is with honesty. I can't look past that. I won't look past that, like you shouldn't. You should always want the person that you spending your time with. To be honest with you, no matter how shitty the answer is, you know what I mean? Like if it's bad, at least you was honest, you know, and you told me straight up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't hide shit, you ain't lied about shit, you kept it 100%, and I got to make my decisions, you know, accurately because I had accurate information. But even still, you know, you can't expect people to be honest with you. That's one part. You can't expect every person is going to come with you because it's motherfuckers lie, you know what I mean? But you know, it's the lower tier, lower quality people in life. Like it's for real. Like those who are more blatant, more honest, give you better quality of life. You know, they're more authentic, more wholesome. Experiences are better. You know, it's just it matters. Like that shit really matters. It's like ingrained. You know what I mean? To give you a certain kind of experience dealing with those kind of people. If you deal with a completely honest person, yes, you can see it, you can feel it, God show it to you, you know. And what I mean by like showing it to you, like say for example, right? You had your conflicting thoughts about a person. You didn't know if they was trustworthy or not. And you just say, hey, well, you know, man, you just say it, shit's ridiculous, just throwing it out there in the cosmos. God, man, I wish I could trust this dude, right? And all of a sudden, you know, an event comes up or something comes up to where you, for example, y'all go out and you leave your briefcase somewhere, you know, while y'all out and about, and he informs you, hey, bro, you left your suitcase, whatever, told you about it, you recovered all your shit, nothing goes missing. You say, okay, that's, you know, that's still doesn't give you to trust the guy, but I'm glad he did do that, right? And then all of a sudden, another thing comes up where your car break down and you put it out there in the cosmos like, hey man, my car been acting up and I was thinking about getting a lift today, but I'm not certain if I should do it because, you know, it works, but I've just been having some issues with it. Sometimes it stalls out on me. I gotta figure out what's up with it. I don't know exactly, but this is one of the things I'm dealing with. Or I need a ride somewhere, but I don't have the money for a lift right now, and I don't have gas money, but I really could appreciate a ride. So that person comes through, and I'm like, damn, you know, without you asking for them to do it, you know what I mean? Like, everybody vents in some form or another. You gonna vent, you know what I mean? When you feel the pressure, that build up, or some bullshit on your plate, you know, you just unload. Sometimes in a positive way, sometimes in a negative way. It depends on, you know, the pressure you're under at the moment of time. The situation transpires that triggers that, you know, moment needing it, you know, or that moment needing a response, depending on where you're going. If you're aggressive, you know, you handle it with passion. If you're violent, then, you know, you throwing some things, you know what I'm saying? Or you got a hot and ready and you about to serve it up, you know what I mean? Like, it depends on where you at, you know, and how you handle things that trigger certain aspects of your psyche, you know, rage, pleasure, peace, comfort, you know what I mean, them kind of things. So I'm just like, man, it's so much shit going on out here in the world when it comes to these STDs, that it's like, you know, rewarding yourself or giving into your desires, you know, can be a rewarding experience or a condemning experience. Like, sometimes people are placed in your life that God wants you to, you know, establish the bond with, connection with, and build with, you know, and gives you the option to go in that direction with that person, you know, whether it becomes an intimate relationship, platonic relationship, you know, like, you can go in that direction if it's in your cards, you know what I mean? Like, if the situation arises and y'all take it, that, you know, transfers over to the way how y'all interact with each other from, you know, future interactions, you know, like, that shit shows, you know what I'm saying? You can look at people and tell who is being intimate with each other just by the comfort level they have with each other, you know what I mean? Or have spent a lot of time with each other, with just how they resonate. It's just like, you know, I don't play around with that kind of stuff. Like, since the work I do, you know, requires me to deal with people a lot, I see all kind of manner of people. And I'm just like, oh man, you know, it's always, you know, a different walk of life that I may come across, and it's just like, okay, cool, you know, new experience, new person, new thing, but, you know, I move in levels with people. Like, I don't live off of my cardinal desires. Like, some people live according to their cardinal desires. If they see this person, they desire them, they'll make the efforts to, you know, be with that person. And you know, it may just be just to have that experience because they want to have that experience with that person and never talk to them again, you know what I mean? And it's like, like, you know, I understand, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we go to different changes in our life, and the moment I had stopped seeing someone, that one particular person a long time ago, I was more open to dating, you know, and having experiences without doing I guess you would say research. You know what I mean? Like, if I came across somebody that I thought was interesting and I was feeling that direction, you know, I would embrace it versus put some time in before I, you know, give them access to the meat market. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, okay, you know, let me, you know, wait a minute, because I know this person, and usually, you know, I put like a year's time or 2 years time, and that's like a lot of time, but it really is worth it. You know what I mean? Because that gives you time to build a relationship with the person, to see where their mind is, you know, whether their driving force is an intimate nature with you, or they just like you for you. You know what I mean? And they want that extra privilege to get access to you like that. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, you know, let me pump the brakes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just, you get better quality relationships when you don't contaminate it with intimacy with the person, because intimacy can drive the direction of the relationship to places you may not want to travel to. You know what I mean? It can turn it completely negative if you decide that that's something you don't want to do, another person wants to continue that, or if you know, that person has developed an attachment to you and doesn't want to stop sleeping with you. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, you know, what, this person was supposed to be married, you know what I'm saying? And he is married, and now is sleeping with you because they gave into their desires, you know, of wanting to experience someone new. I don't like infidelity, you know what I mean? I don't, like, I get tempted all the time. And, you know, I could give into my desires, and every time I see opportunity or something within me says, you know, go for that, you know what I mean? Like, you know, but I'm like, nah, because I honor my word, you know what I mean? Like, I try to be a man of my word, and I'm like, I'm not a cheater, and I don't want to have that on my reputation, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never done that, cheated on nobody, and I'm proud to say that. I'm glad I can say that. I just don't do that. I think that's really one of the weakest and lowest characteristics to have, is that dishonesty, you know, because it's like you sharing a very sacred part of yourself, you know, with someone. At least they can do is be honest with you, you know what I mean? Like, somebody being intimate with you is a lot of access. Like, that's sharing your life, bro. Like, literally, that's your life force. So, you know what I'm saying? If it gets contaminated with disease, then it's short, and you know, makes your life rough as fuck. Who fuck voluntarily wants disease unless you've been watching beauty? They try to glamorize, you know, STIs. I'm like, the world is in that direction where they just, you know, clowning, and you know what I mean, like sarcasm is huge. I feel like that's a form of sarcasm, and I don't mind, like, because I watched the show and I laugh and like some of the actors that are on this new season or this new show, because I know it's made by American Horror Story that has that feel, and I'm like, man, people are really tweaking you know, the characters in the show, and you know, as far as their choices with what's going on, and it's just hilarious because I can see it, like, it's so believable, you know what I mean? It's just really good show, actually. It's really twisted, it's funny, you know, it plays on, you know, ideologies and I don't know if like materialistic stuff, but the frailty of morality. I mean, not morality, but mortality. You know, because mortality is frail. So much shit can happen and take your life away. You got so many different ways. If it's your time to go, it's just your time to go. But you know, you could be here one day and go the next day. That's just how fast life and death is, how mortality is. You know, like it's fragile because it's here one minute and gone the next. But being immortal, you know, it's like, man, you know, you never have to worry about anything, no matter what. Like that's, you have all the time in the world, bro, to do whatever you need to do. You'll never run out of youth, you'll never run out of time. You know what I mean? Like, that's beautiful. And that's what the Christian Bible, you know, preaches at the war for your commitment, you know, to the teachings. You know, you follow that, you become a certified 100% Christian, meaning, you know, you live with those principalities and rules, you know, as your guiding point every decision you make. It may sound like a lot, but the Christian Bible doesn't really ask a lot of it. The shit is really simple, especially when it comes to who, you know, feeds information. You take your time and slowly, slowly educate yourself about the Bible and what, you know, is directing you towards, you know, as far as how they say, you know, what commandments to follow, what rules, you know, God has placed once He led Moses and His people out of slavery for His children to follow, you know, because that's kind of like where the Bible is. It's like it's taking the direction of when God directly interacted with people, you know, the knowledge that they have kept a track of, and, you know, the things He taught them in order to keep a strong communication, you know, with Him, where He actually talks to you, you know, because these people were really talking to God. Like, God was doing messages, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of the kings, you know, some of the kings, He would tell them, you know, go do this and go do that to protect your baby, you know what I mean? Like with Moses, He told them to mark their door, you know, the blood of a sacrificed animal to protect, you know, his family from death and disease, you know, and all the kind of shit that He said, you know, came to the plagues. And I'm like, okay, you know, these are rituals. Now, regardless of what you're saying, I mean, what you think you're hearing, like, that was a ritual, you know what I mean? Like, even though He was telling them to protect, you know, their life from the disasters that God was sending through that way, you know, that could be considered magic, you know, witchcraft. You see what I'm saying? So it's just so much stuff that the Bible has in there, and if you look at it with a closed mind, you just never really think about that shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people get programmed, you know what I mean, to see things a certain way, and, you know, that's how you get trapped in singularity, that common, like, just discouraging factor that you may come across in a person. You know what I mean? Like, this, man, it depends on the context you use it to. Like, in that sense, I mean, like, you know, this particular individual has this just distinctive personality out of everybody, you know. That's a singular person, you know what I'm saying? Which could be a great thing or a horrible thing, you know what I mean? Depending on the quality of the person. But anyways, or it could be like they chose this particular single thing to just the driving factor of everything. You know what I mean? And that can work out. That could be a good thing and a bad thing. You know, it becomes a horrible thing when that leadership of that person, you know, or a thing has become tainted, and it, you know, causing devastation with the support of it. So, you know what I mean? You have to be aware of that kind of stuff. That's how you can kind of like tell what stuff is healing. And that's the thing about the Bible that stands out. Like, when you live life with respect to those rules, like, it heals you. Like, it literally, you know, gives you a certain amount of spiritual clarity that, you know, it's good to have. You know, it gives you discernment to see through people's flesh, because the flesh is deceiving. The flesh can look beautiful. You can meet a person that's super attractive, right? And then they can be a serial killer. You know what I'm saying? You just got deceived. All you see is the beauty. You don't really know what kind of person this person really is. You just see the beauty in that person. So, you know, you captivated and you want to do all these things with this person, but you really don't know, you know, what kind of person they really are. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really judge me by these days. Some books you can, some are transparent, you know, others, you know, sometimes be camouflaged. So, you know, it's each his own, you know. Your journey may not be like that. You may, you know, have a situation so where it's transparent, you know what I mean? It's transparent, but it kind of means I don't deal with people that don't have respect or it's just that, you know, with good relationships. I'm a very forgiving person and understand the person, you know, sometimes maybe in ways you can't do things, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a person where, like, I don't mind spoiling my significant other. I you know, do whatever it takes when it comes to, like, making my significant other, my partner, feel rest assured that there's no worry, you know what I mean? Like, if we go out and my significant other ain't got no money, you know what, don't worry about it. I got this day, you know what I'm saying? Like, usually, you know, if I'm dealing with somebody, I can do 50-50. And then sometimes, you know, I go out of my way and, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, you ain't gotta pay your bill, I pay for your bill. I mean, I feel like, depending on the situation, like, if I'm trying to marry this female, then I'll have bills on me, you know what I'm saying? If we just hanging out, you know, or if it's just like a friends going out, I expect you to pay for your food, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if I can pay, you know, then that's different. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind paying your way, but if I feel like we just friends hanging out, then I feel like, you know, hey, you should go this. You friends. You know what I'm saying? That's it. My money is, you know, portion. If I'm balling, then I'll get treats on me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no problem. My money, I'm hurting, and I'm like, bro, you want to hang out? You know what I'm saying? And you expect to get a free meal too? Oh no. We friends, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, how good friends are we? Because I'm like, man, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes people take that for granted, you know, when you come out of your way to accommodate, you know, I'm not saying that you always time for us to be able to, you know, because you never know. Shit happens. That's just violent. Shit happens. Surprise, like, you know, outside forces using your life and set you forward or back. You know what I'm saying? stagnant, like shackles. It's just like, yikes, you know, things happen. Like, say, you know, you get depression, that's a feeling, you know what I'm saying? Not emotion, but feeling. Like, it's anything. Really laid on your mind, depression, grab on it. It just took you to end up killing yourself. You know what I'm saying? You get depressed enough, you be like suicide or something, you know? Like, that's how powerful that energy is, that beauty. I don't try to fuck with depression. I try to find other methods, you know, to sustain myself when things are not moving in the direction of progress or a happy state of life for them. I mean, like, say example, you get a new job, boss sucks, some of the employees suck, you know what I mean? Other shifts are good, but the shift you stuck on got all the fuck good. And, you know, you like, damn, man, like, I have a great time with people in the morning shift, have a great time with people at the night shift, and the evening shift, you know, this is some people that really make my time at work, you know, different, you know what I mean? And not in a good way, like a challenge, but like, I gotta do it different. You'd rather not have to deal with that person because y'all in the same environment, the same space, at the same time. You have to coexist type shit. It's just, you know, that's one of the things I don't like about working. It's so the demographic around you, you know. But it's my own business, I can employ whoever I want. And, you know, I can employ all people that I feel, you know, have good energy and willing you know, help my business thrive while they, you know, them being compensated the way they want to sustain their life. You know what I mean? So it's all a fair exchange. Like, I don't want nobody working for me thinking that they gonna do the bare minimum, you know, and get my money too. But the world knows you gotta, excuse me, you fire. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. If you trying to play me like that, you know, try to look at my business. I'm like, you know, believe in, you know, top quality, you know what I'm saying? Top tier quality. Like, why not? Like, you want to have a brand, you should want your product to represent your passion, what you do. You know what I'm saying? But you should only want to provide the best. You know what I'm saying? You should want to have people think of your product as the best, you know, extravagant and magnificent. Once, you know what I'm saying? You should want your shit to thrive in the best way. So, you know, because that dictates how much income you get. You know what I mean? Like, don't you want to be paid for what you do? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a gold digger, but money, you know, is a necessity to live. You ain't got it. Your time here is hard as hell. So, you know what I mean? That's the priority you have to think of first when it comes to your time. That's why I'm like, I understand people who are goal-oriented and put their career first. I don't hold animosity towards that or second guess that. You know what I mean? Like, by all means, get your paper as long as it's conducive to a legal, happy and prosperous lifestyle, you know what I mean, where your money is clean, your experiences with people is clean, you know, you leaving a clean legacy, you know what I'm saying, in the world, for not only yourself but for your bloodline too, if you decide to have kids, you know what I mean, as a male or a female. But anyway, it's just like, I understand why people try to play head games about stuff that's just not funny. Like infidelity, cheating on somebody and playing about it, it's not funny. That's not a joke. Like, you shouldn't play with that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like psychotic. Like, you something really wrong with you. Why would you want to play with somebody's emotions that way? That's a really hurtful feeling to love someone, you know, and be committed to them, and then you find out that they're cheating, or they're lying to you and saying they're not cheating, and they hate to be called a cheater, I understand where this is coming from, but the whole time they are in reality a cheater. You know what I mean? So it's like, dude, because they try to play some kind of head games, you know. Cheaters are narcissistic. They like to play that role of, oh, you know, it's you overreacting, overthinking, or your fault for them being a treacherous, disloyal, disgusting individual. Like, even animals have more loyalty than that. It's birds that never change their mate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they can't say it goes against the rules of nature, because it's penguins. Once they, you know, have a baby, they stay connected forever. So, you know what I mean? Like, don't do that. Don't play on that. Like, being monogamous is a choice. You know what I mean? If you're not a monogamous type of person, just state that when you are dealing with that person. Leave them the option to choose an open relationship with you, or to, you know, break it off right in the mirror. But don't be, you know, because you're afraid to lose them in your life that way, you telling them some bullshit to keep them around so you can have access to them. Meanwhile, you screw other people, and then you mess around and you get sick. And now, you know, both of y'all sick, and that person has to find out because you were a cheater that you brought them some kind of disease. Like, I'd be ready to kill you. Honest to God. Like, I'd be ready to put you out of your misery because you played with me. You took some, you know, my life away. You literally killed me. I had a right to self-defend, don't I? Blast your ass, you know, to oblivion. But, you know, so that's why I'm like, I can't even have that kind of person in my space, because it really triggers me like that, to where I would want to hurt a person that do some shit like that, because there's just no reason to do that. You know what I mean? Like, you can even be at the point to where your partner's open to that. Like, okay, well, you know, all right, let's all hang out. You know what I'm saying? And have some fun. You know, if push comes shove. If that's the type of shit you want, you know what I mean? But when you lying to the person, you know what I'm saying, and doing foul shit, like, you would never cross that threshold. You would never know where that person's standing with you, you know. And quite frankly, I think that, like, if you're not satisfied with just that person, then you probably really shouldn't be with that person anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you should feel fulfilled, you know what I mean, when you find the right person. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Now, if you decide to just spice it up and do some other shit, you know, I can understand, but man, there's always consequences and repercussions if that's something that you decide you want to experience. You know what I mean? Like, you have the right to do so, but if that person starts catching feelings for somebody else, you know, that you participated in your activities, and you like, well, babe, you know, what's going on? And then they, oh, well, you know, I developed feelings for so-and-so. And you allowed it, though. You see what I'm saying? You fueled it. So it's just pros and cons to everything. You know what I mean? You can go whatever direction you want, but I just think about that. Like, do I want to risk something that I really love to some shit like that? No. So, you know what I mean? I just think about that kind of stuff. But anyway, you know, to each his own. Like, I haven't played with Monk at level 100, so I'm trying to just watch the the moves that's fire. All right, and the Alchemist. Okay, I had a Fisher class that I worked on, but that's so fire. Okay. What was I? Yeah, my mentality and morality, I know it is not like a lot of people's, because people be really some of the things they be on. I just be like, bro, like how could you even do that? Like, you can kind of tell where a person is by their thought process. You know, like the shit that the humor they joke with sometimes be their level of, you know, like where they at, like it'll show like their maturity, their reservation, but what they hold to be sacred and important, um, you know, and what they feel is respectful. Like, it'll just, you know, show you their level basically. And you know, sometimes that shit alone kills my interest in people. Don't get me caught up. You know what I'm saying? With that, because it's true. Like if I'm dealing with somebody that I like, and I realize that their conversations don't lead to anything intellectual or fun or, you know, refreshing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just always like just some fuck shit. Like say for example, um, I'm dealing with the individual, and you know they want to have intercourse or something, and every time we talk, hanging out, our conversation is revolving around that. You know what I mean? That's when I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Like, trust and believe. Like, you know, don't mind having a grand time with the person that, you know, I'm kicking it with. You know what I mean? Like, I, cool. You know, like, yes, I want the person to feel attracted to me so we can share that experience. Like, you know, that's one of the best parts of dating somebody, literally. If you go on that route. I mean, it's very powerful. That's what breaks up relationships, when they not, you know, experiencing that kind of, you know, intimacy level. But that's not everything. You know, you want to have a foundation with somebody, a friendship, some history with them, so you can understand that, like, you know, they're not in it just for the intimacy part, the sexual part, or the situation. They're in it because they just like really care and like you for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're a team player. And you know, once you get to that level where you share intimacy, you know, it should be, uh, you know, way more intense, you know, and pleasurable, because you have these memories and experiences, and, you know, and things to help fuel that attraction, you know what I mean, that you have with that person. So it's a good thing to take the time uh, with other things. You know, you don't have to rush anything. You really don't when it comes to um, dating someone. You know what I mean? But if you married, you know, your obligation is a lot different. You know, you married, you gotta put out. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to, and you know, you gotta, you know what I mean? Depending on your marriage situation, you know, what religion you got married under, uh, the verbal and, you know, physical agreement, because sometimes it's good to get the paperwork too. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they agree to this and agree to that. You know, with the marriage, so that way, it also can be a binding responsibility to obligate them to do certain things. But if you feeling like you got to do all that, then, you know, maybe you should reevaluate you marrying them. Like, you should feel naturally comfortable and trustworthy. Should be able to trust them to, you know, be on the same page with that kind of stuff, to where they wouldn't, you know, use you or set you up in a position that causes you problems, that'll hurt your emotions and shit, or you know, just utterly show disrespect or any kind of opposition in your life. You know what I mean? Because what people do can cause problems too. So, you know, it's important to choose who you want in your life. Like, you know, affiliation is everything sometimes. And you don't want to be affiliated with somebody like the Epstein files that's going on right now. You know what I mean? Like, people who are affiliated with him is under fire. Like, they going through it, you know, with the tabloids and you know, social media accounts. They ripping people apart. If you was over, you know, on Epstein Island and hanging out with that guy, something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not playing about that. And if the motherfucker is you a weirdo, you know, that should be released into the public. The information should be divulged. People can know, you know, what was leading this country. You know what I'm saying? Like, the pattern of what's been fueling the country, because that trickles down, you know, with cost of living and morality. Like, for real, like, you know, who leads does affect everything else. It's a domino effect. So you gotta be real cautious about who you elect. And I'm like, man, cool, you know, it's real monsters out there. And then they happen to, you know, be hard to detect sometimes. So you just have to, you know, stay prayed up, because, man, the stronger your spirituality, the higher level demons come out. Like, man, I know some people don't believe in angels and demons, but what people fail to realize is that angels and demons are spirits. You know what I'm saying? And if the person that you are dealing with has an angelic-like mentality, spirit, and that's their influence in your life has been angelic, you know, then that's a guardian angel that God sent you, and disguised as a friend. You know what I mean? Because it's a bymo the purpose that God had them sit in your life for, you know, like, they're doing everything God wants them to do, and that's to be a good friend to you and a guardian angel. You know what I mean? But, you know, you might not notice that or see that. You might see that person as just as a good friend, you know, but that purpose with God was, you know, to send you a guardian angel. You know what I mean? So you can get blessed and not be aware of what God has blessed you with until you take some reevaluation, you know, time to look at your life and see what you have and how the people impact your life. And I'm like, man, you know, I don't want to be in a situation with people who don't show love. Like, you can't force a person to show you love and nothing like that. But I'd rather not have people in my life that don't show love. You know what I mean? Like, why keep you around? You know, why have the mentality to, you know, include you, you know, in anything that I do or be a part of. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't like wasting my time with nobody. I just don't. So if the person is doing shit that I don't like, you know what I'm saying, I'm not expecting them to be your own person. By all means, be your own person. That's the most attractive thing I ever seen in an individual, is them being themselves. You know what I mean? Like, individuality is beautiful. Like, I love it, because they be carving clones out here, man. And, you know, that's the worst feeling of meeting the same spirit, so to speak. Like, you leave one place and you go to another place, and then the person that you was talking to is resemble a new person, you know, spiritually and mentally. It's like, what the hell is going on? Is this deja vu? Am I in a paradise? Am I, like, what's going on? Like, how did I get to this situation? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, it be God's way of communicating with you, just letting you know to look at other things. I mean, it just depends on how spiritual you are, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a person who does believe in a higher power, the Most High, the creator of all things, God, Jesus Christ, Allah, like, all the different titles that God has, you know what I'm saying? In different places of the world. But I believe in that force, that entity that has given life to all things. You know what I'm saying? Because it had to start. And then when you really do your research, right, the human development represents the planet itself. Like, so much. It's unbelievable. You know what I mean? Like, the biometrics and the composition of the human body and the world is so similar. You know what I mean? Because the Earth orbits, right? aka it moves. Humans move. And the Earth is, a reflection of how the inhabitants treat it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the biggest threat to the Earth is human beings, right? The biggest threat to human beings is human beings. So, when a planet, right, is created, it has to have all the necessities, to sustain life, and that's air, oxygen, for those who breathe in oxygen, a fuel source, aka water. Water is our life force, you know what I'm saying? It fuels our life. Like, without water, we can actually die. Like, it's mandatory to have water. That's the only food substance that is imperative, because you can live off of water. You know what I mean? You'll be skinny as fuck, but you can't, live without water. You know what I mean? Like, you can miss meals and survive, but water, you have to have water. You have to. And then the more you deprive yourself, the worse your outer appearance look, and you start looking like you definitely going through it. When there's hydration at the pinnacle of what's causing your appearance. Like, that shit is serious. But anyway, water is mandatory. Humans need water. Like, just like the planet needs water. It has to rain to cleanse away filth and create new life and sustain life. In order for a human being, you know what I'm saying, to maintain, their overall appearance and smell that's acceptable, they have to cleanse the water. You know what I'm saying? They gotta spend a lot of time in water. Like, a good portion of a human being's life is spent in water. Like, when the child is conceived, it's in water inside the mother's belly. Then when you birth a child, it comes out from water, the mother's fluids. And then from that point on, you have to keep the child bathed, clean with use of water. Without the water in this world, it's a lot. Just like with humans, without no water, there's no way we can, kill on the bacteria, live. So it's just like, dang, humans and the world have a lot of similarities that impact each other. Well, good job on that. Oh shit, I didn't go in that conclusion. I went in that fight. Okay. But anyway, I got distracted. I had to walk away. But it's alright. it trickles down, like the domino effect is real. It really does make a huge difference. And the company you keep, the people that you're interested in, the things that you indulge in, your hobbies, man. It's crazy how impactful these things are. You know, when you consider life seriously, I feel like in order to be, my cord is going crazy. My HDMI cord, like the picture is, someone like tripped on the cord like this. Really like hurt the shot at me. I had really weak. I had to go have a heard test. I was like, fuck, like that cord is what I was using. It was the cord, and I got this other cord that it like keeps. I don't know if it's because it got pulled and it got damaged, you know, or the power source. When I use the white adapter, it says that it's power source. It's a port. It doesn't have a drop of signal. But when I choose to use this other cord, the signal drops sometimes. And I'm like, that's PG. Because I know that I'm alive. Okay, cool. But yeah, I don't like cheaters, man, because they just seem really horrible shit. Like people, you know, who are the loyal ones, the good ones, the ones who have faith, you know, the believers, and you know, like the idea of having the good quality it's a very wonderful subject, you know what I mean? It's amazing. It's like, shit, it's undescribable to have that kind of like signalization to somebody, someone that, you know, understands you, makes you feel good, you spend time with them, and also compliments your life, you know what I mean? Like you cook a dinner, they wash the dishes, or you know, you wash the clothes, they fold them, you know, they just work in a team, you know, in a team mindset with you to make life easy, you know, and more pleasure, you know what I mean? With them being there. That is beautiful. That's just an awesome dynamic to have with somebody. You know what I mean? But you know, it's not a necessity to have it like you can enjoy your life without having somebody there. Shares those, you know, or intricacies of life with you like that. You know what I mean? Like you still can be happy with just having your solo dolo, having friends that you hang out with, like real games with travel with, you know what I mean? But you're just not having a romantic situation. You know, it's just all fun. Just hang out. Just have fun with you too. You know what I mean? Like some people do have friends like that. And all my friends I don't cross over to super romantic. I could do, you know what I mean? Like some friends I've had, I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what I mean? But then I was like, nah, X, Y, Z, and I'm like, you know, maybe that situation, I could, you know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping because I learned a lot, and my reputation came with rewards too. So, you know what I mean? Like, everything happened for a reason. So, I just, don't do that. Because, you know, it could, you want a good connection to have somebody, and it can still get a connection. And one thing, like, if I'm not trying to do long term with that person in that situation, I'm not trying to do it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if I be as a person, the experience is good, I might come back with seconds and thirds and fourths. I mean, I might want regular things, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to not have that access, you know what I'm saying? Like, to that's something that I, you know, actually wanted to have a regular, you know, interaction with. So I'm just like, man, I don't like to waste my time. You know what I mean? Some people just don't know how to date. They get terrified of what dating is, you know, when it comes to a monogamous situation. It's healthier, it's, you know, definitely cleaner, it's better on your spirituality, it's better on your mind, you know what I mean? Like, it helps with your growth process, you know what I mean? It's just, there's a lot of perks with dating somebody that is complementary in your life versus somebody that is a hazard to your health. Like, they want to have access to you, to be intimate with you, but they're not caring about, you know, your overall health. Like, they're sleeping with 4 or 5 other people, and, you know, the bacteria from other people is causing, you know what I'm saying, some hiccups in their overall immune system, causing them to get sick and shit, have all these other problems with their health and shit, that they decide that they want to be lifted, you know, and they got caught up with that. That's how it happens. That's how you get STDs. It's basically a bacterial infection. It's an infection in your body that has accumulated, you know, through the activities, you know, that you've been, you know, involved in. And sex is lust activity, you know what I'm saying? It comes from the sin of lust. So it's like, once you get STD, that's punishment from God. Like, that shit is God's punishment on your ass, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, ooh, I don't want to handle God like that. You know, I don't want God to make that decision in my life because I chose to be intimate with somebody, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I'm not impressed by people who are quick to try to hop in the sack, you know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm not going to penalize the person if they have a strong attraction to each other and they hop in and they do it, you know, with their first interaction with each other. It's human thought, you know, or consenting individuals, you know, as long as it's consensual and both parties are happy with the decision, you know what I mean, they're cool, you know what I mean, do your thing, but you just can't turn back from that, you know what I mean, like, once you do that, then it just changes you from that point on. So if you don't play a long-term situation where the person you get in you should it is give yourself I know people say, well, how do I know, like, if I know somebody and they're not good and I'm starting and I don't waste my time, like, that is a risk you gotta take, but it also leaves you with, you know, the ability to find out, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like, it's not, you know, a punishment or a waste of time if things went sour. It's just that you did it the right way. It's just that person wasn't right for you. You know what I mean? And it happens like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just sometimes you know, depending on where you are mentally, physically, spiritually, you know, people get involved for one reason. And, you know, if your mind is strengthened and fine-tuned to caring and sharing, like not with promiscuity. Like you can have some brother, they can have a lot of opposite sex friends, same sex friends, and not be a cheater. You know what I mean? Like that's completely understandable. I've had a lot of friends, you know, and I don't sleep around. So you know what I'm saying? And I never slept around. I was dating people either. So I know, you know, it's common. I know there's people who probably even more, you know, in tune with themselves than me, where they don't even talk to other people, you know, when they have, you know what I mean? There's people that are really, really loyal like that. And they are, you know, a gem, a prize, you know what I'm saying? Especially when they got everything going on, look good, smell good, you know, independent. I'm insane, you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, wow. Trust me in, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely what you know. But I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Adios mios when it comes to the disaster part, because you can be a positive situation to where love is, you know, reciprocated, conducive, and you know what you are looking for, but you know, if that person is not adding up in other areas, you know what I'm saying, it could be a deal breaker. And what I mean by that, like, it could be the person you like physically because their parents you like it. Mentally, you know, you like their sense of humor, but spiritually, they may not be for you. Like, spiritually, they may not have no morality or no sense of loyalty. But mentally, you know, they got a strong mind, you know what I'm saying? And they look good. That shit matters. It sucks, but it matters. It really dictates the longevity of a relationship and the productivity of the relationship, because you can have a stale ass relationship with a and you know you get disappointed from spending your time with that. And I don't know what relationships like that. I'm on radio on the thing stuff. I'm already got great world China my shit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a super protective of my time and space, you know what I mean? Because it's just, you can't get it back, man. And, you know, yeah, I like having friends around and company and shit, but I also know how to be solo, and sometimes I just don't want to be bothered with outside complications, because stuff do happen, bro. Like when you share your time with people develop feelings for you, they get attachments to you, they be feeling a certain way about you, and you may not have them same feelings, but you know, you guilty, you know what I'm saying, of playing with their time, because you know, if you wasn't paying attention and they giving you the goo goo gaga eyes, you know, like, or the I love you so much eyes, and you just like ignoring that shit, and you spending time with them, you just wasting their time. You need to cut it off. You know, like, hey, you can't hang together no more. There we go. See how the cape comes out? Extra shit. See how that thing on us wings, the little metal clip? Extra shit. The sword? Extra shit. Like, that is the stuff I was not looking forward to with the wings. But I do like this one with the blue wings, though. That's fire. Like, I definitely want that one. I'm gonna get that one. But yeah, I'm just like, you gotta be picky about who you give your time to. And it's just bad. Nice. Okay. They both have wings. I gotta give me a pair. I'm gonna just wait though. It makes me want to speed through the content and just get to that content and just farm them and get all the wings and just be ready for when they do the amount you get for having all the wings. But I'm like, I don't. It's so much content, man. It's like the savage stuff that's unlockable in the raids. Then there's the duties. It's just a lot of stuff. A lot. Like a lot of stuff. It's 3 expansion packs worth I gotta go through just to get to be able to farm the wings. And I'm like, they have deep dungeons in between that too that you have to, well, they want you to do for mounts. And I'm definitely gonna do them because I like the mounts. I want the mounts. It's just that, you know, that's a lot of time. So I'm just gonna damn, that's a big ass robot. I'm just gonna see, I was thinking about getting that. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Okay. I was thinking about getting that too. A lot of mechs. Okay, cool. I like when people do that because it gives me the opportunity to see what's available that I don't have. You know what I mean? Like, cause I got like a lot of mounts. I think I'm up to almost 100 or something like that. I'm like 90 something. And then when I finish all the content that's out there, trials, mounts, I'll be like past 100 or something. So, you know, I am not worried about where I sit at number wise because it's a lot of mounts. It's so much stuff. It was event stuff that came out. It was freaking collaborations they did. I missed a lot. Like I missed the Final Fantasy 16 collaboration where you get this big dog as a reward for doing the collaboration quest. I missed the All Saints Wait because they gave away a Mandragora with a pumpkin head. Before that, they had gave away a magic broom. I really wanted that. That's fire, but I missed that opportunity. There was man, there was so much stuff that happened. Like there was the Cumulus Cloud, the white one. I think that came from an event or something. I forget how you get it. Or I think Square Enix had to select you to go to one of their hosting events. And I can't remember the particulars, but the, you know, Nimbus Cloud mount, it originally was white. It wasn't gold like this, it was white. And I'm like, oh shit, you know, I wanted that, but I didn't know the particulars of how to get it. I know it was something that kind of goes out of the way, like it was like a raffle or something like that. I can't remember because they had different events that would give you the mount. Like first, the last one they had, you could register your profile on Twitter, and if they see your profile and liked it, they would give you the mount for free. And I was like, huh? Twitter got a lot of shit going on Twitter, and I was like, you know what I mean? Like, Twitter is a good platform to get your face out there, you know, but it has a lot of stuff on there, you know what I mean? And mostly content that's more suited for mature audiences, you know what I mean? Like, they got everything, the news, daily events, YouTube events, and then they have, you know, all kind of businesses, you know what I'm saying, all kind of stuff on there, but it's just safer for adults to navigate through Twitter than it would be someone that was teen and under. But I'm just like, man, you know, I didn't have a need for a Twitter account at the time, so I didn't make one. I was like, nah, I'll just wait, you know, until it becomes purchasable, or until I have a second opportunity to get it via event somehow, somewhere. So I just ignored it. But I don't want to say ignored it. I just didn't keep track of it, because it was 3 events altogether. But the second one I missed. The third one I could have participated, but I didn't want to because of the method of getting selected. I had to make a Twitter account, which it might would have been a good idea, because I do game out, and I could have used that to post some of my gaming channels and stuff. But I just wasn't ready. You know what I mean? I don't know what I was stalling for. I think it was because of my YouTube page doesn't have a lot of videos. It has like a good amount, but not in the quality that I want them in. You know what I mean? Really played the way I wanted to, because I was in a rush. I was like, okay, I got this slot of time. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna just play the content and do stuff, you know, and then really like have fun, relax, be goofy and all that stuff. Until I played a little bit of Sekiro. I was goofing off with that, and I was enjoying that. And then I started playing Resident Evil like later. First it was Sekiro, then I took a break for a minute, got back into Final Fantasy, took a break, got into Genshin Impact, took a break, started playing Final Fantasy again. I went super hard. I got every character to level 80 when I got back into it that time, and I was all over the place with my levels. And I ended up getting up into the Eureka content, did a couple weapons, took a break, finished another weapon, took a break, and I got down to this last weapon, the Red Mage weapon, and then I took a break. Well, I was supposed to, because I got it 2 days ago. I was gonna take a break and do not, you know, this month. But I was like, damn, I got a whole month of my subscription, so I'ma just play it for the subscription. I got it for it, and then once that month is over with, I'll take not a break like how I won't play it at all. I'll just, you know, have a separation time. You know what I mean? Like I might not play for 1 or 2 months instead of like, you know, a long period of time, even though the year was not intentional. That happened outside of my control. Like some shit just popped off and I couldn't control, and I had to wait for that long because of what was going on. But I'm like, damn, man, I finally had some time to play. I could sit back and relax a little bit and, you know, enjoy the game to an extent, even though I still have, you know, other obligations to attend to. But I'm like, well, at least this month I definitely can put in some time towards the things I wanted to do for my account. And what, wow, some of the things was to get that Lion mount, to get that Red Mage weapon, and now it's just the next Lion with the armor, because I'm so close, I gotta get it. And then my other weapons. But then I'll be far enough into the Stormblood content to where I could just go and do Shadowbringers. So I'm like, I didn't want to progress on until I was certain that I did everything I possibly want to do in Stormblood without skipping any content. So that's where I'm at. And I'm almost there. Let's see. And inventory. Okay, I gotta check I got, okay, so the Pagos, uh, transition gonna be pretty fast. Only thing is, I don't know how many protein crystals I need, because these is the ones that's the pain in the ass, because you have to fight and fill up this container and then transform them into these, and they want you to have like a certain amount, 50, 40, 30 for each transitional step in the weapons molding process. And I'm just like, shite, I don't want to deal the agony of farming, because you have to kill and kill and kill. The grind is a motherfucker. You have to kill and kill and kill, and then depending on what monsters is available and who's helping you farm depends on the process pace. You know what I mean? Like if it's a lot of parties, it's instant. You can go and kill the whole area within an hour and get shit ton of EXP and goodies. But if it's dead, oh my god, it takes 2-3 hours to clear the zone. If you farming with like 2 or 3 people. So I'm just like, man. Speaking of which, I just finished my dailies, and I'm at level. Let's see, PvP series milestone. I'm at level. Okay, I should wait till I get to 10 and then turn it off. So that way I have 15 more to go to get them out. But when you do the daily roulettes, it goes by fast anyway. Like really get a lot of experience once you do that, especially if you win and you just won. So I got 2 levels up this time. But anyway, I'm about to go check on Eureka real quick and call it a day. Oh, I have to do gold saucer too. I do gold saucer like every day. Oh man, I gotta do the fashion contest too. I need some drink first. I'll probably take a break this weekend before I cut off and do the fashion concert. I'm trying to save up my gold source money to buy whatever else comes out. Because sometimes they put new stuff to buy with the gold source of money. Like they got a couple things. They have the balloon cactus mount, and then they have the little pod thing that carries you, that comes from Near Automata, Automatic or some shit. I forgot the name of the title. I know it's new, but it comes from that collaboration. You have to do the content, and then it becomes available as a purchase and a prize claim. And I'm like, okay, cool, but I don't really nice. Okay. I don't really like a lot of the prizes. You know what I mean? Like the mounts is cool because you have Fender, which is 1,000,000. I got that. And then you have the tortoise. I like that. That's 3. Oh, another 2 man. Okay, cool. And then there's the blimp. The rest of those I'm good on. I really only like 3 out of all of them. And some of the clothes is good. I like the clothes. Okay, let me take it back. A lot of the prizes are decent. You know what I mean? Because they're not just mounts. There's furnishings, there's gear, there's weapons, and then there's the minions, and then the mounts. Alright, I got the arching throne, which is that cheer. I got the turtle. Okay, I got more than 3. Yikes. I got the Coral the freaking names, man. I have the Typhoon filler, and yeah, that's it. The mounts I'm missing is the Blackjack identification key, the Saboteur Imperador, and the Corpacur Colossus, and then 10, yeah. Which is like what, 1, 2, and then the little mirror automated mount, which is 3. Out of all the stuff that they have as far as mounts concerned, so I think I did pretty well with the collecting of those mounts. And I used to do the fashion. I mean, yeah, like every week on Friday. And I stopped doing it a lot because I didn't play for like a whole year. Not intentionally though, just shit happens, man. And it took away my time. But I'm good now though. I'm just going to please be 60 something. Yes. Great time. Yeah, she gotta get this in here. Yeah, we gotta. What's this? Oh, okay. I'm giving you this hat. Giving you some 60. Yeah, okay. But then again, all my jobs is like 60 plus anyway, so I can. Oh, hold on. I gotta. Ooh, crap, my ears. This shit. Earbuds. I have some level 60 stuff. I think. Oh, yeah. What about. Okay. Yeah, I have my horde skill. Okay. I thought I had more than that though. Like, oh yeah, alright, bro. I know I do. I have to because I don't really sell my weapons or trade weapons. Like I have my own personal collection, and then I have a collection of weapons that I just give away to people. You know what I mean? Like, because I was having so much stuff, I would just be like, okay, well, I don't want to put it on a market board, which I can make some profit off of. I just rather give it to somebody because it's taking no space. So I'll just pass out stuff. Like I gave away weapons and everything. I ain't just giving away gear. I gave away like level 50 plus glory weapons and stuff. Just, you know, for the hell of it. Because, you know, I was at a point where I didn't have that stuff, and I wish that I could have, somebody would have gave me one when I, you know, was in need of it. So I just figured, oh, okay, well, I'll just, you know, from here on out, if I see somebody in need, I'll just give it, you know, to them if I don't need it, you know what I mean? And it's been a lot of stuff that I just did not need, so I just gave it away. But I don't regret it. I'm kind of glad, you know what I mean? Because now somebody else can put it to use, and if it really became a huge asset to their growth and development, then, you know, they'll have something to accommodate their experience in a good way, you know. So I feel like, okay, cool, I did a good thing. Now someone else gets the luxury of playing with, you know, good gear and something to be like proud of having. Because the weapons are fire, man. The weapons I gave away was fire, like, for real. And at one point in time, they cost so much money, bro. Like you had to spend so much to get. Oh, there we go. I'm also getting something. Oh, this is 61 though. And that's the headpiece. Man, okay. I just need a 60 body piece, but they don't have one for my freaking well, I don't have one for my freaking retainer. That really it might be whatchamacallit now, my glamour closet, because I did store a lot of gear in there too a while ago to make the space I have now. But it's okay. I'm gonna just go give her I'm gonna get her cool stuff, but I'm not going to trip that she doesn't have that she doesn't have the best of the best stuff right now. Because I could always go buy it and level her up. I don't have a problem with doing that, but I'm just not going to do that right now. I just don't need to, you know what I mean? Like, I have enough stuff to give her a decent upgrade as far as her, you know, dang, I do want to upgrade her weapon, but man, that's gonna, they won't be it. I won't have access. It's alright. It's alright. She can have it. There we go. Cause I'm like, I won't have access to it, to glamour, but oh well, I know where it's at. So, not gonna assign her to a HUNT experience that's a higher level. She can do the 60. See what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'll just give it to her. And that'll help her level up faster. And then this one, she just can put it on too. And you can go back and do that one. Alright. There we go. Once I get my property back, my house, I'm gonna have them continue to garden the place. But I might have the same layout, or I might do something different. I don't know. I just don't have a sense of urgency when it comes to getting real estate stuff all over things. I'm just going to hold off on that. I'll do the fashion report a little later. So far right now, I think I'm going to call it a day, because it's like, yeah, it's 7 o'clock, 7:30 actually, and I just want to relax, you know, for a little while, and I got other stuff I have to do too. I really do, but I don't want to, you know, burn out on whatchamacallit, because I'll go for hours and I end up not wanting to play for a couple of days, but it's okay though, you know what I mean? Like, I only play, you know, when I'm in high spirits anyway. Being tired doesn't matter. Like, when I play, I'm gonna play even if I'm tired. But oh man, okay. See, this is the deep dungeon, and I don't 80 content because I don't have access to it yet. So it's alright though. I'll check it out later. That's one of the incentives to go do more content. I'm keep it here though, so that way when I sign back on, I can do the fashion event. I haven't done my research on it, so I don't know what's the winning gear, but I'll just leave it here. I leveled up my rank. I got my ninja to 82, almost 83. Sweet. So it'll be on level 90 in no time. Then 100, and I'll be, you know, tapped out on that. I'm gonna use that to get my wings in the new concept. Or I might level up Dragoon, and I don't know. I'm gonna take all of them to 100, but in due time though. Where should I sign up? Matter of fact, I'm gonna just go right to the fashion guy, so that way when I do sign on, I'll know. No, I'll sign out right here, because that way I can access my bell and get what I need. But sweet. Nah, I did that. Definitely did that. Photographs. The hood, can he wear these kind of hoods? Dope. Okay. Yeah, you can. Alright, I like that. Alright then. Yeah. So anyway. Later, peoples. There we go. What's this freaking? Wait. And then it's the ball. Oh, I show you respect. Oh, it's like no. Alright, I'm out.